Rochelle here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you all how to make my homemade taquitos and my homemade quick and easy salsa. Let's get started. Okay, I'm starting off with my salsa because I do like mine served cold. So I'm going to chop up one red onion and use half of that. And then I'm going to mince my 2 garlic cloves. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and begin to roll the line with some pressure from the palm of my hand, which helps with releasing the juices on the inside, also making the outside more tender, making it easier to squeeze when you're trying to get all the juice out. Okay, it is about that time to go ahead and add all your ingredients to your blender. Here I'm adding in the whole peeled tomatoes and the juice. Do not drain the juice from the can because you do need it for blending purposes. Now I'm adding in my garlic. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the onion, juice the lime, and back there you see that little jar of seasonings. That's basically just salt, pepper, ground coriander, ground cumin, and really you can add whatever seasonings you like to your salsa. I also want to make it known that most salsas include cilantro and jalapeños. However, I do not like cilantro in my salsa, and I don't like my salsa spicy. That's why I left those 2 ingredients out. But feel free to add them if you want that extra level of flavor and if you want a little kick to your salsa. What I'm doing is pulsing my salsa using my salsa button because my Hamilton Beach blender that I have actually has a salsa button, or if you don't have that, I would suggest using your crushed ice button on your blender, which also pulses it. You don't want to just turn it on blend and leave it alone. Then it'll become too fine and turn into this really soupy tomato mixture, and you don't want that. So basically at this point I'm just continuing to pulse it. I'm going to add a little bit more seasonings here and there just so I can get it to that taste that I like. This salsa looks absolutely beautiful and tastes just as great. So what I'm going to do is just pop it in my fridge and let it start to cool while I work on my taquito fillings. So here I have 6 ounces of cream cheese. I'm just going to toss that in the bowl. Next I'm going to use 1/3 cup of sour cream. Okay, and I want to throw some spinach into my mixture, so I'm just going to chop up some baby spinach as fine as I can, and I used about a cup of that. Here I'm using a can of whole green chilies. Now these are not spicy whatsoever, however they have great flavor. So what I'm going to do is just roughly chop these and toss these in my filling mixture. And you know what, you can just chop some of these and toss these in your salsa as well. If you don't like your salsa spicy, this will also add some really great flavor to it. Next, I'm going to go ahead and shred my 8-ounce block of Colby Jack cheese into my filling mixture. So this is how my filling looks so far. What I'm going to do is set it in my fridge while I work on shredding up my chicken. And as far as the chicken goes, here are just a few chicken thighs, I believe about 5 to 6. And what I did was just toss them in some seasoning olive oil, poured some chicken broth over it, covered it with some aluminum foil, popped it in the oven, and let it get really tender, making it easy to shred. So you can use your fork or you can use your blender to shred it. I would suggest you use a larger bowl than I did because mine was flying out. However, using the blender helped me shred it a little finer versus using a fork. Unless you actually have a meat shredder, I would suggest using the blender. You can get it done much quicker. And I'm just going to add it to my filling mixture. Okay, now it is about that time to fill your white corn tortillas. Now you do not have to use white corn, you can also use yellow corn. In fact, I heard that using yellow corn tortillas actually makes it crispier and it might even hold up better. I don't know. All I know is that I had some white corn tortillas already open in my house, so I figured I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. What I did was brushed each side with a little bit of vegetable oil and microwaved them on a few seconds. It just helps make them roll a little easier. And the reason why I brushed them with oil is because half of these taquitos are going to go in the oven. So this is just how I'm rolling them up. And I'm doing the oven ones first and placing them on a baking sheet that is lined with some aluminum foil and brushed with some more oil. All right, now that we have those bad boys out of the way in the oven, it is time to fry, which is my favorite way to eat them, by the way, because they get so crispy. More crispier than they will in the oven, but don't worry, the oven ones will get crispy too, and they will taste just as good. So what I'm doing is placing them seam down into the oil, and you notice that the oil only comes up half the way. You don't need a lot of oil because they will fry up pretty quickly, and you don't want to overcrowd your pan because of that. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what the fried ones look like compared to what the baked ones look like on the outside and inside, so you kind of have like a visual comparison of the two. Now the inside on both are very creamy. The outside on the fried ones are just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so crispy and bubbly. I don't even know. And the baked ones, they look a little different, a little more rustic, but the inside, like I said, It's still creamy, and make sure you rotate them in the oven so that way it gets crispy all around. So I want to thank you all for taking the time and watching my video. Feel free to leave me a comment below, just letting me know if you tried the recipe and if you have any questions or comments about it. And I want to thank my loyal subscribers, and also to my new viewers, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.